Hi everyone, it's Karen Redman, the Mayor of the town of Gawler, here once again for our weekly update. And this week I'm talking with Trevor Lucas. Hello Trevor.
Hi Karen, how are you?
I'm not too bad.
That's good.
We're talking about the Australia Day Awards today, and Trevor's one of our Citizens of the Year, and that was this year. In January, Trevor came along and received a fabulous award. You were nominated by a couple of beautiful people in Gawler. You know who you are, I won't say who it was. But you also shared that award with none other than Pat Surridge. Now, Pat, many people know Pat Surridge. Pat's been involved with the news agency in the main street for many years. They ran a family business. She's also been involved with Red Cross and so many other volunteer organisations. Most people know Pat Surridge, so I just thought I'd make mention of that. So yeah, it's fabulous to have people like Pat and like Trevor in our community. But we're going to have a bit of a chat because you and I have known each other for a while.
Quite a while, yes, I would say that. But, yes,
quite a while. Yeah, and you've tell me, I guess, something about the day in January, but also just your involvement in, I know you've been involved with Williston for a long year, but you've also were involved with the Exchange Hotel for a long time as well. And I'm sure there's many other things as well. And I know you grow tomatoes.
Yes.
He's a very good tomato grower. Anyway, yeah, what was it like, your reflections on Australia Day?
Yeah, well, I wasn't sure what to expect because as I hadn't been to one, mainly because I'm quite often away, but the morning itself, it was a very humbling experience, and also very honoured to receive the award, and I was quite taken back, to be quite honest, and but the morning itself I was privileged to have not only the community there, but my whole family from relatives and friends from all around the place. Yes, a very, very great experience actually. The people I had there was my wife and Brad and Donna Slade, who were very close to us. The people from the football club, my brother's family, Diane Fraser's line of friends, because Diane's husband Scott, we were very close, and I'm very close to that family, more so since the passing. I do what I can for them, and also my Stansbury family that I've known for 15 years.
So you're pretty well connected, Trevor Lucas. You've been around for a while.
Well, I turned 71 2 days ago, so
you only look 35.
Thanks.
So
you're seeing me in the middle of the day.
You're a passionate supporter, and you also do a lot of work for Williston Footy Club.
Yes, I do.
How long have you been doing that?
Well, I was born and raised in Williston, and 61. And
I live in Williston.
Yes. No other place to live at that time, especially. And 1961 I was involved in the first junior premiership there at Williston, basically been there ever since. Even when I had my businesses, I was still involved in some way as support, but especially the last 30 years probably.
What do you love about Williston?
Just the friendship and the meeting of new people. That I've seen a lot of changes there, especially when the football clubs took over the school footy.
Yeah,
basically.
I remember that.
So it's been as much as it's been a bit of not a burden. It's not the right word, but it's another expense for the football club. So since that involvement, there's a lot of new faces come to the club, and we're pretty fortunate that a lot of those parents are involved and on committee now at the football club, and I can see it being in a good place for many years. And there's more younger people getting involved, which is very important.
You've had some really fantastic presidents. I've noticed that since I've been there. Just so impressed with your leadership, and you seem to be able to attract, like you said, people with passion, but also with skill.
Definitely.
I've really noticed
definitely.
that. How do you do that?
Just the love of the club, I'm assuming. So, but a lot of the people within the club have family there. I don't have personal family. We haven't had any children, but that is our family. That is my family there. And I think it's just the general atmosphere and friendship that's around the club.
Well, I always feel welcome there.
Well, that's good, and that's pleasing to know. And footy clubs are not like they were years ago. When in my early days, we had basically nothing, played for nothing, and never wanted anything. But we hardly had a club to go back to in the early days. So to see the football clubs do what they do is very important to the town. It takes a lot of kids off the street, and
it does.
It's good for the community.
I've heard that over and over again, and you've said that. If we can see one young person not go the wrong way, and in your application, I was talking before about Trevor's application with you, and in there it did say how you've influenced and mentored young people, and they saw. The people that wrote your application saw the influence you had, the positive influence you had with young people that could have gone one way, perhaps a bad way, and instead they went on the straight and narrow, and it was just so inspiring to see that somebody took the time to write that down for you.
Yeah, well, it doesn't take much effort, to be quite honest, but my philosophy is to try and keep kids in sport, and if they're thinking of not playing one year, I might pull them aside and just say, look, you only have one crack at sport, and at the age you are, and many friendships are long-term through football clubs, hockey, soccer, whatever sport. Most friendships, or a lot of friendships, are built around sport, and it's a shame to see any young person not play sport. I only played until I was 22, mainly because I got involved in trotting horses, but I never left sport. It was another sport, but my philosophy is to try and keep kids in sport as long as they can.
I think that's
and if you have an influence, that's even better.
Well, I think that's marvellous, and I think that's why Williston Football Club and many of our sporting clubs all have this same philosophy of supporting young people and developing happiness, I guess, through sport. Yeah.
And making them comfortable in their own skin when they're at the club is important. And don't be frightened to pat somebody on the back for having a good game, or you see something they might do, and 9 times out of 10, if you ask them to help out with something, they will,
I can't imagine anyone saying no to you. If you came up and said, "Oh, do you mind?" The way you go about it, it's just so beautiful, and I can't see anyone saying no to you. I'm sure they do, but you just seem to have a very, very lovely way of encouraging people.
Yeah. If you can't say something nice about somebody, my mother taught me, don't say anything.
That's fair enough. So, thank you, Trevor, for sharing that.
Pleasure.
It is a privilege to be with you, and I always enjoy going to the club. And when we don't catch up very often, but
it's nice when that happens.
It is nice when it happens.
Yeah.
So nominations are now open for the Australia Day Awards, or our community awards as we call them, and you can nominate people. Our application forms are online. Please go and check our website, Town of Gawler website. You can nominate citizen of the Year, such as Trevor. You can nominate Young Citizen of the Year, a Corporate Citizen of the Year, which is our businesses, of course. Many wonderful, wonderful businesses in Gawler, many of whom have struggled through this COVID-19 pandemic, and incredible resilience and strength coming through that, and getting back on their feet again. Of course, we have to support our local businesses, so go and shop local, support where you can, and tell them how wonderful it is that they are here in Gawler. We've also got Community Group of the Year and Community Event of the Year. So nominations close on the 22nd of July 2020, so they are open now. You can download those forms, you can print them out if you want, hand them into the library or the administration centre on High Street, but please get your nominations in. We have wonderful people here in Gawler, clearly, and it's fabulous to be able to acknowledge their service. So that's enough for me. Thank you, Trevor, for coming along.
Pleasure, Claire.
And everyone, have a great day.